Diamonds in the rough. NFL Draft Diamonds. Time to shine.
Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds. And today I have with me Sam Okuayinonu. He's a defensive end out of the University of Maryland. So nice to have you on, buddy.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, so you've had one heck of a journey over your life, and even with you as a football player, in college. So why don't you give us a little background of you, if you don't mind? Give us a brief history of how you ended up there at Maryland.
I got you. So I'll say I was born and raised in Monrovia, Liberia, so located on the west coast of Africa. I stayed in Liberia until the age of 12. I moved here with my mom after the Civil War in my country. After I moved to America, me and my mom landed in Lowell, Massachusetts. It's about 30, 40 minutes out of Boston. I attended Lowell High School. I played soccer throughout my whole high school career. I tried out the sport like volleyball, track. But my senior year in high school, my cousin actually convinced me to try out football. I didn't really like it, quite hated it actually. I didn't really like the physicality. I hated everything about football. But, like the more I played and the more I was around the game, the more it grew on me, and I kind of fell in love with the sport. So after high school, I didn't really have the grades or the skills to pursue football at the Division I level. So I took my talent to junior college. So when I first after high school, I reached out to a bunch of junior colleges and a school in Mississippi. Reached back. It's called Coahoma Community College. That's really where I saw football for its true form for the first time. Being from Massachusetts, Massachusetts not really known for a football state. So, so when I got to Mississippi and seeing how football is really played and like the physicality of it, and like it was just different down there. It's just I had never experienced football in that way before, like the conditioning, how hot Mississippi was. That's really when I found out like, I really love the sport. But just going throughout all the trainings and stuff, they thought I wasn't good enough to be on scholarship. And in the Mississippi Junior College, you had to, if you're out of state, you had to be on scholarship to play on the team. And they didn't think I was good enough to play on the team. So I took my film from there, like my practice film from the spring and everything, and I sent it to a lot of junior colleges around the country. And this school out of Minnesota, it's called Masabi Range. They reached back out to me to give me the opportunity to, showcase my talent. They believed that I could be a difference maker on the team. And I took my talent there and I went to Minnesota. And, I really blossomed in Minnesota. I had first team JUCO All-American. I led the nation in sacks. I had a bunch of different accolades. And Oregon came about. They had offered me. And my recruiting just kind of bloomed from that point on. And, why getting recruited, Maryland came about. And when Maryland was one of my first visits, and after I went to Maryland, I didn't even bother going to any other school because like it was just the fifth place I felt the most comfortable. And, I just felt like it's the place I can grow to be my true self. And that's really kind of how I kind of ended up at Maryland, man.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously a guy who's going everywhere, coming from Liberia, and then of course, playing the whole circuit there, trying to find your niche, and then eventually found your spot out in JUCO in Minnesota, and then eventually got yourself there to Maryland. So definitely a long, arduous journey just in and of itself. But let's also talk about you just as a player. Where are you playing at, or where have you played? Where have you started? Throughout your college experience.
I mean, I've played every position on defensive lineman. I played from 0 to the 9 tech, outside linebacker. So when I first got to Maryland, I was more of an interior guy. So I played like and defensive tackle in 2019. In 2020, I got a new position coach, Brian Williams, great coach, best coach I've ever been coached by. He's a great guy. He kind of really taught me a lot about the sport, and kind of took my game to the next level. So in 2020, he saw me as a defensive end because coming out of junior college, that's what I played. I played defensive end, and he knew what my capability was. So in 2020, just had to like go back and relearn the position because playing defensive end in junior college and playing defensive end in Big Ten is two different things. So in 2020, had to go back and really like relearn the position. And in 2021, just kind of put it all together, everything I learned from 2019 and 2020. We play a lot of 4-eye in the Maryland scheme. Like we play 3-4 front. So we go, a 0 and 2 4-eyes. And so, just being like having experience from already playing like 3 tech and nose guard, like it was easy for me to play inside and outside in 2021. And just kind of really showcased my versatility and talent like at every position really. But like going towards the end of 2021, he kind of moved into outside linebacker too, and kind of give me another chance to showcase my versatility at a different position. So I play everywhere, football player.
So I mean, again, like you said, I mean, you've played a lot of different positions, across the defensive line, even playing some outside linebacker. Some That's pretty neat in and of itself. I mean, being versatile certainly helps get you onto the field, depending on
Right.
what the coach needs. So whether it's that or something else, what do you feel separates you as a prospect? What do you think is the best part about you? As an NFL prospect moving forward?
Man, I'll say my versatility is definitely something that separates me. A lot of guys can't, play the 9 technique and then go down and play the 3 tech or play the nose guard. And my aggression on the field and my explosiveness and the way I engage block, like I'm very violent in the way like I approach blocks and handle blocks. And, like I try to set myself apart with my pursuit as well. Cause like a lot of guys don't like at my position defensive line, when the ball gets passed. Man, one thing I'll say that set me apart is my versatility, is being versatile, being able to play every position on the field. Another thing was say my physicality. I'm very physical at the point of attack, the way I approach blocks. I try to dominate every opponent that stands in front of me. Like my opponent has no face, regardless of who I'm playing. I pursue to the ball. A lot of guys in my position, they don't really pursue to the football. Once the ball get past the line of scrimmage, it's kind of slouch. But I try to hawk guys down, and if you tell me my film, that's one thing you're gonna notice. Like my pursuit, I'm relentless in my pursuit. And just try to like separate myself in that aspect of the game, and just be able to like learn and pick up stuff so quickly. Like I played a whole bunch of different positions, like I said earlier. So you really got to know what you're doing in the defense as a whole to be able to play multiple different positions in the same game. So just being able to be locked into my playbook, being very very versatile, very physical at the point of attack, and my pursuit, man. I was thinking there's a full aspect of my game alone that just sets me apart from everybody else. My work ethic, man. My work ethic is crazy. Like if you ask my coaches, I was the most productive. Like during practice, out of practice, like it didn't matter what it was. Like work ethic is just relentless, man. Like I was one of the last guys there, just putting in work. Like that's just how I am. I just practice. I attack practice like it's a game. And so when the game time came around, like it wasn't like a slouch in my game at all, and just picking up where I left off, really.
Yeah, so I mean, when I've actually sat and looked at you, really, again, I can completely reiterate a lot of what you just got finished saying. Nothing that you didn't say, which you kind of get a little bit, but I mean, you get a guy with some good burst. You get a guy who can get off the line of scrimmage really fast. Make his move and get in the backfield and create some havoc. So one of the things that I was able to see, which you actually can see online, is if you look up the College Gridiron Showcase because they got their tape on YouTube. So I realized you were invited out to that event there in Fort Worth, Texas. So give us a little bit about your experience there, if you don't mind.
Man, I had a great time at CGS, man. I'm very thankful for the college gridiron staff for giving me the opportunity to showcase my talent. Just coming out from the season, I thought I had a great season. Being like 13 more Big Ten, being defensive player of the year for my team. I thought I would got a bunch of different invites to different bowl games, but that just didn't happen to be the case. Don't know why, but I'm very happy with CGS, to give me the opportunity to showcase my talent. Like I said, I met with a whole bunch of different scouts. Everything was set up. So everything was set up to to help me showcase my game. That's really all I can say, man. I had a great time in Texas. I met a lot of good people. The whole event, man, the whole event was great. Got a chance. I mean, whenever you get a chance to be in front of scouts and showcase your talent, it's a blessing in its own. So, it was a blessing being out there in Texas showcasing my talents.
Yeah, from the guys that I've talked to, obviously one of the better edge rushers out there. And again, even if you turn on that tape, which you can because it is available online, you can see it. It's proven. You're out there. You're uh, literally bulldozing over offensive tackles. I remember watching that on at least one rep, and I'm like, man, he just embarrassed this one guy. I feel bad for him. So, but hey, I mean, you got to go out there and you got to dominate, and that's something that
That,
you certainly did when you went out there to Fort Worth. So,
that is
obviously, you've had this uh, long career, kind of culminating there with the event with the All Star event there at the CGS. What would you say has been your most memorable moment as a football player?
my most memorable moment. I'll say going to the bowl game, man, this year. Maryland hasn't been to a bowl game in a while, and then we haven't won a bowl game even a longer time. So just going to a bowl game this year, because we set a goal for ourselves, and that was to get to a bowl game, and just to see the way the team came together later on in the season, because it got pretty close at the end there where we really had to lock in and get that last win to secure a bowl win for ourselves. So just the way the team came together and everybody just did their job and did their assignment, and everybody's executed our last game of the season against Rutgers to get us to the bowl game, and then getting to the bowl game actually winning, that was a great experience in its own. It was great for guys like me, like seniors who were leaving to showcase their talent, one last time in front of scouts, and it was great for the young guys. It shows them that it's a new change. It's a new change in Maryland culture. We want to win. It's a new program. It's our time. And it was just great, man. It was just great being in New York, bonding with my teammates. One last time, and just soaking it all in, and then just winning the game by a lot. Blowing out for Virginia Tech in that ball game. It was just a fun time. It was a fun experience.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Maryland guy, so I mean, I kind of can attest to the fact that yeah, it's been hard for Maryland Terrapins to actually get to a bowl game.
Right.
Really ever since y'all made the move to come to the Big Ten. I mean,
Right.
being in the Big Ten up against the most elite competition there. It's tough, man. I completely understand that, and you're playing against guys that are first round level talent there in the Big Ten. So I mean,
Right.
you're battling and you are winning your one on ones there against those guys. So people can turn on your tape during the season and see that as
That's
well. And then of course, you know, getting to that bowl game and going out in style. I mean, you gotta love it. You gotta be able. You gotta love just winning out and really just shining there towards the end. So I definitely think that's awesome that you're able to do.
nice, man.
So again, been at this for a long, long while. Had a lot of different coaches that have poured into you over the years. Is there maybe one lesson from one of those coaches that still sticks with you today?
Man, I remember one time my coach, Brian Williams, be well, just sat in his office, and he drew like a circle on the board, and he was one of those guys you can always talk to. He's cool on and off the field, And like he's a really like he's a great coach, man. And he had called me in his office one day, and just like talking to me. And he kind of drew a circle on the board, and he's like, you know, you're age 23 right now, and he's like every like whatever you do at this age can set up the rest of your life. And I kind of remember just thinking about that, like, you know, like this time in my life is like can really change like the next like 30, 40 years of my life, you know, how it like plays out. And that kind of like just like stayed with me throughout the whole season, and like really just kind of helped me like focus and lock in, you know, into what was going on, and like kind of like really changed the way I approach practice, and like changed the way I approach everything really. And you know, just like keeping that in the back of my mind, like, you know, like everything I'm doing now in this moment, in this like last season, can really like set up the rest of my life, you know. So, you know, it's kind of really, I really like stuck with me, and like the way he broke it down, it was kind of crazy, man. I damn near cried in there. Hey, he's a good coach, man.
That's what good coaches do, man. They get at the heart of the matter, and they work with what they got there. So I definitely think that that's a cool moment that you were able to share with your coach. So
Yeah.
um,
Uh,
I do want to get a chance to meet this guy who I could barely pronounce his last name, Okuayinonu. I'm going to continue to practice it so that I can get it right. Tell me a little something about yourself that's, I don't know, fun, interesting, unique hobbies, interests, anything fun that you want to share about yourself. So
yeah.
give us something.
So, you know, just man, I've been training down here in Florida, man. And one thing I've got into since I've been down here is fishing, man. I love fishing now, man. It's a habit that's grown on me. It's like so much, like saltwater fishing, freshwater fishing. It's just different, man. Like just being out here in the Sunshine State, you know, hooking some bass, hooking some snooks. So, you know, getting into fishing. I've been like I always like laughed at my friend when he invited me to go fishing up in Maryland or Massachusetts, but now it's like different, you know, like I'm the one inviting my friends out, you know, every little free time I have, I'm trying to find a pond, or like trying to go out to the ocean and just fish, you know, it's so exciting, so peaceful, you know, it really gives you time to like think and like, you know, really like meditate over, you know, what's going on in your life and, you know, where you want to be. So I definitely say, you know, one of my favorite habits now is definitely fishing, man. I love it.
Awesome. You got to hit me up if you come up in my area. We'll go out fishing for sure. So, hey, if just hypothetically, if there wasn't football, what sort of profession do you think you would pursue?
Um, I'll say I'll probably be in the military. So my cousin actually convinced me, you know, not to join the military in my senior, like after my senior year, because like, I was really confused. I didn't really know what I wanted to do, you know, as far as like, you know, what I'm going to pursue after high school. But I knew I loved football, but I didn't really have the grades of the, you know, skills, like I said earlier, to pursue it at like a divisional level, at any level at that chance. So, you know, my cousin really sat down and talked to me about, you know, like not joining the military, because I really was going to join the military. I got a lot of family members in the military. Like, I grew up in the Civil War, so I wanted to help, you know, people who couldn't defend themselves, you know, help defend, help fight for them. So, you know, my dad was in the military. You know, in back in Nigeria, he was in the military. And my cousin, my grandfather, like I said, I got a lot of family in the military, so I came from a military background. So, you know, I was about to join the military really, and football just happened to be my path.
Well, I definitely can respect that. I mean, obviously, there are some things going on in the world today where there is some war, and obviously, we
Right,
pray for those that are, enduring that sort of conflict, and you
right,
know, those that do, put forth, their lives. I mean, obviously, we thank them and pray for their safety. So,
most
um,
definitely.
hey, a couple more questions, again, just for fun, just so that we can learn a little bit more about you. So. Um, uh, how about favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Man, I'll say Drumline. I love that
Drumline.
Drumline. Have you ever seen Drumline?
I've seen clips of it. I have never seen the whole thing.
Um,
So
movie, man. So like when I first got here, I used to play drums in my church, and every time I watch that movie, man, it just I don't know, it's just something about it.
it
It just
just gets you hyped. Is that
yeah,
kind of how it goes? Okay.
staying
Nice.
there like battling each other and stuff, and you know, it's just great. It was my favorite movie.
Gotcha. Uh, I am kind of curious. I tend to, really want to know like guys that perhaps grew up with a different culture, maybe what their favorite food is. So, favorite comfort food.
So my favorite food is tteokbokki. I don't really know like what the English translation to that, but it's like an African kind of stew. Like you put it on top of rice. It's my favorite stew. My mom makes it the best. So whenever
Mm,
around, she cooks it, and it just gets me happy, man. Gets me going. So
awesome.
my favorite
Got
food.
Gotta love it for sure, and obviously got to thank mom for feeding little Sam and getting him, big enough to play, pro ball. So obviously, right now we are transitioning towards your pro day. So I
Right.
mean, explain to me when that pro day is, where you're training now, and any expectations you have for that pro day.
So right now I'm training at X3 Performance. My pro day is March 30th. Um, as far as expectation, man, I'm just trying to go out there and just go crazy. I'm trying to shock the world, man. I'm trying to shock every scout that's out there. Like, I feel like a lot of people has, doubted my skill set, even though I've shown like I'm a great player. So, really just trying to go out there and show them that, I'm a freak athlete and I can compete against the best, man, and just show them just go out there and really leave it all on the table and really have fun. Really, it's my expectation. As far as like numbers wise, we're gonna see on pro day.
That's fine. You don't have to share those if you don't want to. But again, I feel like we have a guy who, quite honestly, I don't know if we've really seen your potential yet because I mean, really, it was like this past season where we were able to actually see you shine. I mean, and hopefully, you continue to grow as
Yes,
you move forward into the pros. Um, I do want to give you one last opportunity. I know that there might be some scouts watching these interviews, so I do want you to take a moment, look straight into that camera, give them your final pitch as to why they need to take a chance on you, draft you, and bring you into their program. So go ahead and hit all those scouts with your pitch.
got you, man. I'm a leader on and off the field. I'm gonna push my teammates to be better in every aspect of their game. I'm always gonna be there for my guys. I fit in every locker room because it's who I am. This is my personality. I'm a hard worker. I work my butt off to get to where I am now. I adapt quickly. I learn very quickly. I've only been playing football for 4 seasons, and just to see where I'm at right now. Some guys been playing football their whole life. They're not here saying where I am right now. My versatility. I can play. I can fit in any scheme. I can play any technique across the defensive line. I'm very physical at the point of attack. I have relentless pursuit, like I said earlier. Um, you just can't go wrong taking a chance on me, man. And that's just how it is. I'm a great fit in every locker room. Like I said, I play every position on defensive line. So whatever technique you need me to be, I'm there. I'm that guy for you. So yes, sir.
Gotcha. So if you need an outside linebacker, if you need an edge rusher, if you need a defensive
Yeah,
lineman, he's your man. So, uh,
exactly.
Sam, it's
Whatever you
been It's it's
want.
it's been great sitting down with you and chit chatting with you, hearing about your story, your culture, your ability, and
Right.
everything else about you. I feel is very interesting, and I hope that some team actually gives you that chance. So, best
Uh,
of luck to you as you pursue your life dream. Okay,
thank you.
no problem. Again, I have with me Sam Okuayinonu. He's an edge rusher out of University of Maryland, so definitely check him out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.